Welcome to VLOG5 agility drills, in which I'll be evaluating the Duke. The Duke is one of the most universally accepted and used agility skills across multiple sports, in which various derivatives have been created and modified. The Duke is a lateral or diagonal base change of direction in relation to an opponent's movement. The Duke can be performed at various speeds, often featuring a small period of deceleration via reduced running intensity, whereby an extended and lateral directed foot plant is driven in front of the athlete's centre of mass to exhibit a braking action. This requires the opponent to react to the performer's body lean and body placement, along with foot placement, which usually leads to an adapted pursuit angle to obstruct the performer in most team sports. This reaction by the opponent then causes a reaction from the performer to push laterally off the planted foot and change direction suddenly, leaving the opponent in a compromised position to pursue. By using a model of agility coming up and comparing to a successful Duke, we can begin to understand what technical, physical and cognitive qualities are needed to perform an efficient Duke. Technically, feet placement and body lean will be accentuated to encourage the opponent to execute a movement. From this, the performer can then drive off the plant leg into the opposite direction. Physically, core strength, especially frontal plane stability, eccentric strength and lateral reactive RFD qualities will play a large role in being able to absorb high speed, lateral and transverse forces and being able to exert force to change direction. Cognitive characteristics play an influential role in the success of the Duke: visual scanning of an opponent's movement, anticipation of their projected pursuit angle, and prior knowledge to allow a performer to direct the movement in an advantageous manner. So let's compare. First noticeable difference is the stutter step deceleration pattern that I perform whilst processing the stimulus. Although this allows me sufficient time to assess the stimulus, it means my overall speed has reduced dramatically. Furthermore, as the decelerating steps are quite high, this will decrease the time it takes to produce acceleration out of the Duke. This pattern has been developed from years of basketball and using the stutter step to approach an offensive player. During the final initial planting phase, my body position is too upright, and with a higher centre of mass, my ability to plant and drive in the opposite direction is also limited. So how could I improve my ability to perform the Duke? Technically, I could perform drills that target the key characteristics, such as the tall and fall with lateral drive, running the drill at aggressive intensities, or by using constraints such as cones to evade. Cognitively, using drills that affect decision making, such as physical signals, colour identification, spatial cues and stimulus recognition, will improve the overall efficiency of task completion. Physically, various tools such as lateral, transverse and lateral plane plyometric training can be used to improve landing mechanics, body position and change of direction speed. Weight room based movements, particularly unilateral based movements, will aim to improve overall hip stability and eccentric strength, while the use of anti-rotation core based activities may improve dynamic body position. Finally, Olympic weightlifting derivatives may be used to develop intramuscular coordination qualities along with force output. Overall technical and cognitive drills could be performed together to allow for greater training transfer, provided the performer is of an adequate competency. In terms of specific coaching cues that could be used to teach the Duke, emphasising body height and position, along with 2 strong steps or a double movement, may aid the development of the movement. Due to the reactive element of the skill, cognitive understanding of the opponent's movement decisions and pursuit angles may also benefit the performer in the timing of execution. Using tag rugby strips may be useful for teaching force and intent of movement from the hips, whilst also using sport-specific agility scenarios will add training transfer. However, if you're looking for a more broad transfer training, then use a variety of cognitive-based skills like holes and moving performance left and right to create space. After implementing all these changes, here is a video of it slowed right down. As you can see, I have managed to remove the stutter step and instead plant and push away from the stimulus at much greater speeds, which will help me evade an opponent in a competitive situation. However, there are some still weaknesses that need addressing. My body position may benefit from being in a much lower stance during the plant phase, and my arms are not synchronised during the slight deceleration and re-acceleration phase, which will affect acceleration capabilities. Although in this particular drill I've adapted my technique and ability to re-accelerate, I feel the stutter step version also holds warrant during times of greater pattern recognition and decision making. Thus, the overall consensus of agility training is to be competent in various skills and various versions of skills for all sporting occasions.